The first step of the 15-step journey to healing, growth, and transformation of the Passover Seder begins with Kadesh, reciting Kiddush on a cup of wine. Kadesh means to sanctify. We sanctify the wine by sanctifying God's name in the Kiddush. Kadesh also means to separate. Because how do you sanctify yourself? By separating. An interesting word, separating. Separating between the mundane and the holy, between the negative and the positive, between the toxic and the pure. They're telling us to separate these days in order not to be contaminated, or not to contaminate, not to infect and not be infected. But it's not just a separation, Kadesh tells us, to avoid the virus. It's actually a separation that allows us to lift ourselves up to a much greater place as we sit home. To sanctify ourselves and recognize we're a sanctified people and sanctifying God as we begin a new journey. Because that's exactly what's needed. Whenever you want to transition, you want to grow to a new place, you have to in some way separate. Because if you bring your old mindset and your old heart set and you're wearing the same garments, physically or metaphorically, then you're just an extension of what was yesterday. We're entering into a new zone, into an oasis. The concerns, the fears, legitimate ones, of health, of jobs, of so many unknowns that are affecting so many of us and all of us, we are now moving into a pure zone. So we're not just separating to avoid negatives, we're separating to sanctify and lift ourselves up to a greater place. That's the beginning of the Seder. That's how we begin this 15-step journey toward transcendence. Our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors did this, each in their time. And they went through many difficulties, but they began that 15-step journey with Kadesh and went through the entire journey. And we recreate it now relevant in our times to what is personally relevant in our challenges today. To separate from the negative in order to connect to the positive. And that's what God does for us. That yes, as much as things are out of control and we do not know what's going to be tomorrow in the outer world, right now we're entering into the Seder space, into a place of Pesach, Passover, transcendence, that allows us to free ourselves from the toxic, from the negative, and enter into the sanctity and Kedusha, the holiness of Pesach. And God is with us, protects us, and allows us to begin this journey into conquering new horizons. That's the beauty of this moment. So let us all embrace it as we sit with our families and say, let us go into a new space. We're traveling. We're traveling now to a completely new environment called Pesach.
Saveri Maranan, Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Asher bachar banu mikol ha'am, ורוממנו מכל לשון, וקידשנו במצוותיו. ותיתן לנו השם אלוקינו באהבה, מועדים לשמחה, חגים וזמנים לששון. את יום חג המצות הזה, זמן חילותנו מקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ומועדי קודשך בשמחה ובששון הנך נתנו. ברוך אתה השם מקדש ישראל והזמנים. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.